assistant and get these lids off while we're...
And it is, like I said there, and it's for everybody in the community. It is a turkey dinner with mashed potatoes, gravy, green beans, stuffing, of course, stuffing. And then on the sides, there's cranberry salad. There is broccoli and cauliflower salad. There's Jell-O-free salad. Let's see, what else is there? Oh, can't forget the pies.
Ooh.
There's cherry, apple, and pumpkin pies. So
that sounds amazing.
It is.
So
going to
everything
be
you would
amazing.
want in a Christmas dinner is right there. So you can't go wrong.
Everything you would want.
And what about those people who can't make it to the Assembly of God Church to go that day? What options do they have?
Well, their options are that they can do the
This
order
is hard,
out.
isn't it?
It is a challenge to talk and to do pancakes. They get to go and call in to 3 phone numbers. There is the phone number of Sandy Reimer. That's 785-543-8240. That was 543-8240. Or Shirley Mendoza. She is 543-8003. Again, 543-8003. Or they can call the Phillips County Care Phone. And the Care Phone number is 533-2273. But you can remember that number easier by 533-CARE, C-A-R-E.
Oh.
So you have that option too. But we have all kinds of help coming to help us with the show. With the dinner. And we are looking forward to as many people to come. And you don't have to be able to afford to make your own dinner. It's for everybody. But what you do need to come is with some Christmas cheer to share it with others. Because I think that's what most people are coming for, is to fellowship with others on Christmas Day, so you don't have to be alone.
Right.
Christ wouldn't want you alone.
No,
He'd
not
want
at
to
all.
share the love of Jesus Christ and celebrate His birth on that day, and that's what we're here to do.
Yeah, a great opportunity for the community to come together and put aside all the other busyness about Christmas and just come and share a meal together.
Yep.
That's great. Do you know, how long has this been going on?
I can't tell you that answer, but I know it's been going on longer than 15 years because that's how long my husband and I have been in the community. But we have, I want to make sure that people understand it's not just our churches that are doing it. It's the Cole Foundation and Morgan Foundation. They help sponsor the Ministerial Alliance in so many of our needs, so many of the things that we get to do. And without them, we would not be able to put this on. Because you would think that 2 or 3 churches, they can't afford to do all of these, 300 to 400 meals. But the foundations really help support us and keep us alive and going in our community. So we are thankful to them, but we're also thankful for every single person who comes in to have Christmas dinner with us.
Sure. It just highlights again how supportive our community is for all kinds of organizations, right? We've got those groups like the foundations that support the Ministerial Alliance, who support everybody.
Yeah.
And it's like the more I live in Phillips County, the more I realize just what a gem it is, and how people support each other is pretty amazing.
Is it okay to have enough time to explain that Care Phone a little bit?
Yeah, go for it.
Because I think that's a underutilized resource in our community. The Care Phone is part of the Ministerial Alliance, and again, funded by you, the people of Phillipsburg, and the foundations that support us. But the Care Phone is there for people who maybe can't pay an electric bill, or their utility, or their rent, or maybe a prescription that they need that the hospital is telling them they have to have before they leave the hospital, and they don't have the money. They can always call that Care Phone, 533-CARE, and we will look to see if you are eligible. You have to live in Phillips County, and we only have a certain dollar amount that we allot for each household for the year. So we are very much about supporting that ministry. And we have volunteers who cover the phone. And we may not be able to pay it that minute, that day when you call, but up to 3 business days afterwards, we will get that taken care of for you if you're eligible.
Wow,
So,
another great resource.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
So how's your Santa coming along
Well,
here?
it's not very much cooking
Maybe
very
we
well.
should let's turn it up a little bit.
That's
here.
a good
Let's get
idea.
it going a little hotter. I know I'm maybe about ready to flip, but let's turn it up. Let's get it hotter there. All right. We don't want it to like flop, you know.
Right.
And you're not having pancakes at the Christmas dinner, right?
No
This
pancakes.
is not false advertising.
No.
Right. It's good turkey and ham. Did you say there's turkey and ham or just turkey?
Just turkey.
Just turkey. Just turkey
Just
and
turkey.
a variety of salads.
Yes.
Pie, all the Christmas dinner fixings that you could want. And again, that's 11:30 to 1:30 at the Assembly of God Church.
Yep.
That's the one. Sometimes people are like, well, which one is that? Because there are so many churches in the
Yes.
county. That's the one that sometimes people refer to as Willers. The old Willers. Like Willers was one time in the church.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See, that was before
that, I think
15
it
years ago.
Was the
Brooks
Brook
building.
The Brook building, right? And then it was Willers in the kitchen part, and now.
But I can tell you, it's between the home store and Olive Bovey.
Right.
Between those two.
Well, I'm going to try to flip this.
Okay.
See what happens.
I don't think I'm there
Oh,
yet.
gosh. We got to turn these things up even. Oop, I don't want to turn that.
That's.
Do I have this turned?
Oh, mine was on 200. So.
Oh, these
yeah.
knobs aren't quite right.
See, you got to put it where
My
the
knob keeps going
light
around
is.
and around.
Yeah, where the light is. Yeah. Well, I'm going to.
Oh, okay. No wonder we're taking a while.
There
Well,
you go.
I'm sure there's.
It'll be ready for the next guest.
All right. We'll still try our best on what we're doing here. We can't give up now,
No.
right?
No, not
Okay.
at all. Not after I made this wonderful creation.
It looks good. I'm
It's
sure everybody's going to
funny.
look at it and think, that is Santa. I tried when I was setting this up. I tried to put a camera up above so we could get the shot, and it just didn't work. So people could see what we were
Yeah.
doing while we were making the pancakes, but that didn't work out. And so we're just going to go with this a little bit.
Now that's starting. Now we're cooking. I can see it coming together now.
So your husband is Randy Garner, right?
Yes, he
and
is.
He's the pastor at the Wesleyan Church,
Yes,
right? And you guys
he
said
is.
you've been there 15 years.
Yes, we have.
So
well,
what-
we're in
what-
our 15th year.
What brought you guys to Phillipsburg?
God, he did. He
Perfect
sure did.
answer.
Yeah. But it was, we took a sabbatical while our kids were in middle school and high school because a lot of pastors' kids live in fish bowls. And I don't know if you understand that, but I'll explain. Everybody, they are the center of attention. Some people in this room may understand what I'm talking about. And everybody's looking at every single thing they do, and it's magnified because of the water around them. It's magnified because they're pastors' kids. It's magnified. And so any little mistake they made is extremely highlighted. Well, our kids were struggling, so we decided to make our kids our priority, and we didn't minister while they were in middle school and high school because we wanted them to have the best normal
Whatever
yes,
that is.
Yes, but it was okay. It worked out well for us. But as soon as they were in university, my husband said, it's time to get back. So we prayed about it, and God gave me a dream, truly did, about Phillipsburg, Kansas. I had been here when I was 16 years old, and I didn't like it very much. Sorry, Phillipsburg. But he gave me the dream that I was coming back to Phillipsburg, and my husband knew that I didn't care for Phillipsburg. And I told him the next morning, I said, God says we're going into ministry, even if it's Phillipsburg, Kansas. Well, the night before, he got an invitation to come to Phillipsburg, Kansas,
Wow.
and he never told me. So we both knew this was the place.
This is the place.
And God gave us a place to live forever. God willing, this will be our going to heaven home. So
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's great.
we love it that much.
Okay, well, mine kind of fell apart, but for the cameras to see it, I'm going to try to put it on this little tray here. And when yours is ready,
He's
you
ready.
can
I think he's pretty
try
much.
to flip it on there. We'll see how we can get a shot of that.
You have a tray.
Yeah, there's some to your right over there.
Oh, got it.
Okay, look. Oop. Santa just fell apart. Isn't that the way things go? All right.
There's mine. I don't know if you can see it.
Try to flip it and hold it down.
Oh, right down
as much
there.
as we can. Oh, mine fell apart.
I thought that was
I
mine.
lose. I think I lose.
There we go. We got a.
All right. So our students, our live studio audience here are going to judge. So who votes for Tracy?
Oh, me.
I think she is the hands down winner.
Oh, well.
That can't be beat.
I tell you.
Mine looks more like a Halloween scary. I don't know what that turned
Yeah,
out to
but
be.
you get to try again.
I know. I get a redemption round.
Yeah,
so we're
there
going
you
to be
go.
good there. So one more time, let's remind everybody when that Christmas dinner is.
Okay, it's Christmas Day. So that's December 25th.
1 week from today. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I know.
At 11:30 to 1:30 at the Assembly of God, First Assembly of God Church on State Street between Home Store and Olive Bovey. If you cannot make it, please call in by the 22nd, which is next Monday, to get the meal delivered to you at your home. We're happy to do that. That is for Phillipsburg and the immediate surrounding area. If you live out of town in the outer areas, then call your local church and ask them if they will bring you
Perfect.
a meal. Mm-hmm. So somebody from that church could bring you a meal. So we don't want to exclude anybody. We want everybody to be included and have a very Merry Christmas.
Well, thank you, Tracy, so much for coming on our show, and thanks for being a good sport with our pancake making.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
And we will take a break and watch a couple commercials here, and then we'll come back and talk to Shawn Richardson.
On the field, taking risks is part of the game. Every yard, every play. It's about going all in. But when it comes to your money, it pays to be careful. With the careful service from First National Bank and Trust, you can detect unusual activity and stop fraud before it happens. Protect yourself and the ones you love with Careful, because being smart off the field is the real win.
We're here for you.
Life's better when you're under our roof, because we know it's more than a new home. It's a new journey.
Welcome to the neighborhood, Jordan.
Thanks, guys. Whoa.
And when you feel protected, you can dream fearlessly.
Go long.
Bundle home and auto and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance.
The Hansen Museum of Logan, Kansas is where history and creativity unite. For over 50 years, we've been your cultural hub, offering a diverse range of exhibits, from captivating Lego brick displays to timeless joy of Bob Ross's art. But we're not just a museum, we're a community gathering space. Join us for thrilling events like Murder Mysteries or celebrate creative talents at one of our many events. At the Hansen Museum, we're not just preserving the past, we're creating memories for the future.
We are taking wheat to the next level. As a producer of vital wheat gluten, advanced biofuels, and important co-products. Amber Wave. Vital. Reliable. Sustainable.
Good morning and welcome back to our next segment of the Tadpoll Show. Now, when I was thinking about, taking on some of the responsibilities that Tad left behind with the Tadpoll Show, I started thinking, okay, first of all, we need to find a rotating list of hosts, and we're working on that and doing okay with that. The next thing I thought was, what makes Phillips County Phillips County? What do we, need to showcase? And one thing that came to mind is the amount of churches that our county has. So I thought, what a great opportunity with this show to be able to reintroduce ourselves to the many churches in our county and to reintroduce ourselves to the pastors of those churches, the service times, what they have to offer, the type of service they give traditionally. And so the pastor of the Luctor Christian Reformed Church, Shawn Richardson, agreed to come on and talk about Luctor Christian Reformed Church and get to know a little bit about Luctor. And so first, we will start about getting to know more about you, Shawn. So what brought you to Phillips County? What's the story that got you here?
Well, my story is very similar to Tracy Lynn's that she just shared, that God brought her here, and God brought me and my family here as well. A lot of my jokes that I made when I was in seminary was I kept telling my wife, when I graduate and we go to the middle of nowhere to pastor a church, because there are always churches in the middle of nowhere looking for pastors. And then one day, my friend Jason McConnell spoke in chapel at my seminary in Birmingham, Alabama, and he spoke about rural ministry. And I went home and told my wife, I think that's actually, there's something happening here that we're called to rural ministry. And so I had connections with the region of our denomination, which is Colorado and Kansas and Texas. And they said, hey, we've got just the place for you. And Luctor is just the place, and we love it.
And so your previous experiences in larger communities and so forth, and then that transition to a small rural community, what was there culture shock there? What was that?
Well, I thought I grew up in a small town in Chillicothe, Ohio, and turns out that it's a lot more like Hayes or Kearney where I grew up. And I thought that's the culture that I was in, and then I got here and realized, oh, this is a true small town, really... and I love it. My whole family, we love it. But it wasn't necessarily a culture shock, but we had to get used to things like Walmart being a long way away.
Right. And not only are you in a small community, but like you basically live not in the city at all, right? You're living right by Luctor Church, which makes me think, like, sometimes when I tell people that I'm an English teacher, people all of a sudden go, oh, and you can just see it in their faces that they're like, I got to watch my words now, right? And they have that stigma of when they think of English teacher that they just like live at the school, right? And so you probably have similar experiences as a pastor. As soon as you introduce yourself to a pastor, do you see people's like straightening up a little bit?
It's amazing how quickly they say, oh, I go to church, or something like that. Everyone behaves a little bit better when I'm around, and I think that's true of most pastors. But part of the advantage that I have of living way out in Prairie View is that, you know, we aren't necessarily in everybody's face, and not everybody's in our face. We kind of have our own space over there, and that is really nice for that sort of advantage that we get to be out there. And we've gotten used to not having neighbors. It's kind of nice to be off by ourselves and let our chickens roam all over the place. Right.
It's kind of, and in your case, it's almost true that you do kind of live at the church.
Yes, actually, literally. We have, for Christmas, my wife's whole family is going to be coming, and so there will be 16 people in our home. And it is not unlikely that someone will have to go over to the church to use the bathroom because there are too many people.
Right. Perfect.
But when you're right next door, it works pretty well.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Luctor. Tell us in general what time services are, what type of service does Luctor do?
Sure. So we are distinctly Reformed is one of the things that we cling to, which is a Reformed confessions and really a very traditional way of doing things. We like to be a little old school over at Luctor, and that's just the way that our preference is. We have 2 services on Sundays at 10 o'clock in the morning and then 7 o'clock in the evening, except during when daylight savings time ends, that moves to the afternoon because it gets so dark out there in Prairie View in the evening. And so those are our Sunday activities, and there is also Sunday school for school-age kids at 9 o'clock in the morning. And on Wednesday evening, we have a Bible class for all school-age kids as well, and that's from 3 years old up all the way through high school. And then apart from kids, we've got a men's prayer breakfast that meets once a month, and a women's Bible study that meets on Thursdays, and a retired women's Bible study that meets every other Wednesday. And so lots of different opportunities for different ministries that happen over at Luctor. We try to have people in the building as often as we can.
Right. Well, great. You know, as I'm getting kind of toasty by this griddle here, I got to thinking about my pilot light, right?
Yeah, certainly.
I also go to Lecter Christian Reformed Church, and Shawn's been talking about like how useless it is to just have a pilot light, right? You can't really warm yourself up by a pilot light. Instead, you want that big roaring fire, which I'm kind of feeling like my griddle is giving me. You want to share like what that analogy is all about.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Gospel of John, chapter 1, says that that Christ is the light that came into the world. He shines the light in the darkness, and the darkness can't overcome him. And so part of what we celebrate at Christmas is that Christ came into the world, but he gave us a light for us to shine in our community. And so that's one of the beautiful things that we get to celebrate in Phillips County. And as we think about the Christmas season and the services that will be happening all over Phillips County, is we're going to shine that light. But the pilot light is just a little tiny light. And so as Christians, we're supposed to make our light as bright as we can possibly make it, certainly for the good of our community and the good of others to know Christ.
That's awesome. Now, we're making candy canes, and I'm not sure mine are looking like candy canes, but that was the Christmas icon round that we are doing today. Yours are looking pretty good there.
Thank you.
Some say that there is some symbolism with candy canes, with symbolizing with Jesus, right? That the candy canes, if they're in the shape of a J, if they're upside down, could possibly mean Jesus, or the shepherd's crook. What are your thoughts on that? Is that just, do you buy all that? Or is that just, hey, there's candy canes, let's turn them into a good prop?
I think that there's a chance that we have kind of appropriated that onto the candy cane. But it's certainly not wrong. It's certainly not wrong for something like this, a Christmas icon like candy canes, to remind us of Jesus. But I don't know that they were created for that purpose.
Right.
I think they were created for the purpose of hanging on a tree. That would be my argument.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so all right, students, I think our candy canes are done. All right, so you've got, we've got these candy canes. I know I'm not having good luck today. Oh, and then we have Shawn's candy canes there. He got a bonus candy cane in there. So what do you think? Who votes that Shawn's candy canes are better? Yeah! Of course they are. Of course they are. All right. 0 for 2. Shucks. So, Shawn, what else? Anything else about Lecter that you'd like to share with us this morning?
Well, one of the things that we certainly love about Lecter is that we make the Bible central in everything that we do. And so all of our decisions, all of the things that we do as a church are to focus on what God's Word calls us to. And then one of the other things I love about it, partly because I have 4 children of my own, is that there are a lot of kids. And it's a lot of noise and a lot of fun, but it's a place that it ends up being a place where they love to be and that we have a lot of fun together.
And I'll have to give Shawn some credit on how he handles the noise that goes on during service sometimes. Like I've had pastors in the past that get really distracted by a crying baby in the back. You know, they're like, they lose their track or they feel like they want to say something like, take that child down to the nursery. But Shawn, he just keeps on going. You know, it just doesn't. In fact, I kind of think you like it. You know, it's just like you kind of almost see a half smile and then he just keeps right on with his message. And it's a great noise to hear in the congregation that their kids.
I only ever get distracted when it's my own children, that I can tell it's my own children.
Yeah, and you always can, right? Like that certain cry, it's like, oh shoot, that's my
I know
kid.
who that is.
And most everybody, doesn't mind at all that there's a crying kid, but when you're the parent of that kid, then it's like, shh, it's the panic time, right?
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. Well, thanks so much, Shawn. I appreciate you coming on. Thanks for being a good sport with the candy cane pancake making, and. Whenever there's any kind of events going on at Lecter and you want to come on the show to share them, we'd be happy to have them. I know you guys just survived the Christmas program.
Absolutely, yes.
And then, of course, in the summer, there'll be Vacation Bible School and opportunities like that. So, again, thanks for coming on the show. We'll be back and talk to Kelsey Pinkerton about a new store in Logan after this.
Coombs Trucking is your trusted partner for towing services. Our expert team is always on call, ready to help you get the service you need. As a AAA service provider, Coombs Trucking offers dependable and professional service in every situation. We've got the equipment, experience, and dedication to get you back on track. Don't let a roadside emergency slow you down. Choose Coombs Trucking for reliable towing services that keep you moving. Coombs Trucking. a trusted family business for over 60 years.
At Farmers National Bank, we believe that strong foundations are built on faith, hard work, and everyday heroes. For over a century, we've been proud to serve the communities that have made us who we are today. We honor everyday heroes who dedicate their lives to serving others. You inspire us to treat every customer with the respect and care they deserve. At Farmers National Bank, we know that strong communities are built on strong foundations, and we are proud to be part of yours. Farmers National Bank, honoring strong foundations since 1921.
Are you looking for reliable insurance options in Phillipsburg, Kansas? Look no further than Rogers & Associates Insurance. Our team is dedicated to providing great options for home, agriculture, auto, and commercial insurance. Whether you're a homeowner, farmer, or business owner, we have the coverage you need to protect what matters most. Trust us to provide you with personalized service and competitive rates. Contact Rogers & Associates Insurance today to learn more about our insurance solutions.
Good morning and welcome back to the Tadpoll Show. As you see, we have griddles out here in front of us. Rather than sitting down and just having a conversation like we have before, we're doing this because it's the Christmas time of year. All right, students are excited about Christmas break coming up, and this is our last show before we head into Christmas break. We won't have another Tadpole show until we come back in January. So the next 2 weeks, because next Thursday is Christmas, and the Thursday after that is New Year's Day. So we'll take those 2 weeks off, and then we'll come back in January and keep the show moving from there. So our third guest today is Kelsey Pinkerton. Welcome back to PHS.
Thank
Kelsey,
you.
It's good to have you.
Good to be back.
And what we're talking about today is your new business in Logan.
Yes.
What can you tell us about that?
Well, it's called North Fork Mercantile, and everybody says, what's that and why do I say it? So we've already started coming up with all the different shortened versions of it, from the Merc to NFM. But anyway, what it started out as, honestly, is that there's nowhere open to eat on Mondays and Tuesdays in Logan. And a group of us kind of got together and we're like, how can we help meet this community need? And it turns out we found out that a bunch of us had a dream of kind of doing something like this for a long time. So it just opportunity met, opportunity met the chance to go for it, so we did. So now it's open. So we serve meals on Mondays and Tuesdays with lunches, and then also on Tuesday nights.
Okay, so it's just Monday and Tuesdays.
For now,
yes. Right. Well, that's great. The name kind of threw me off a little bit because when I see Mercantile, I think, is this a store where you can buy things,
Exactly.
Right. And
yes.
So is it just about being kind of like a temporary or part-time restaurant, or are there plans for an expansion on that, or is there actual merchandise?
Well, so I'm glad you asked. So actually, it is starting out right now as just a restaurant, but we're doing some private parties and some catering on occasion as well. But then the other thing is we're spending some time eventually opening up for more hours, and then we want to sell either things made by local merchants or kind of a home goods or even clothing or just different things like that. And we didn't want to be limited to just being a restaurant.
Perfect.
So we decided by calling it a mercantile that we don't have to classify everything that we end up carrying in there.
Yeah, right.
Or every service. We kind of want to be really involved in the community. So part of the thought behind doing that was we can hold activities there. It could be a space for kids, meetings. It could be for get-togethers or classes, just anything. So we just wanted to have a space that was open. And eventually the goal is to have it be open often enough that people can come in and self-serve and self-check out. So it's almost like a convenience store.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the goal.
Well, that name then works perfectly.
Right.
Like it is kind of a catch-all name for whatever you want to turn
exactly.
it into.
We're
right?
not limited by our creativity, so.
And so right now you're serving the meal or offering meals. Mm-hmm. And what's kind of on the menu? What's your specialty?
So we started a social media page and then have been asking people what they would like to see, and we've kind of based our menu plans on that. But every Tuesday is Taco Tuesday because you have to be able to get tacos on Tuesday. And so that's gone over really popularly. Mm-hmm. We also have a salad bar all of the time. And then beyond that, it's kind of make whatever you want from whatever we prepared. So it might be a casserole or some other home-baked dish. We've had barbecue meatballs, just kind of a variety of things. But people are like, is this all you've got? It's like, well, yeah, but you can make it your own, or you can have a salad, or it's still someplace to eat where you didn't have to fix it yourself.
Yeah, and it's manageable. It's really difficult to keep a full menu items and keep the right product in the freezer and stuff like that. So this is a way to manage a menu and provide that opportunity for the community.
Exactly, right. Because then, all of us have other jobs as well. And so this isn't something that we can commit to being at every day and night either. And right now it's just the three of us, the co-owners. And so that way it's not a commitment every day and night. And so we're open those 2 days and we do what we can. And, offer what we can. I need a sewing needle. But it's been nice because the community's been very supportive and very receptive. So they give a lot of ideas of why don't you try this. So once in a while on Wednesdays and Thursdays we do grab and go during the lunch hour, and it's either leftover items or we make up protein boxes or sandwiches or just things like that, because we are also trying to minimize the waste.
And what's the best way for people to find out what is the special that day, or hey, are we having something available on a certain day?
Great. Yeah. So the best way is to find us on Facebook. We don't have like a phone in the business, but you can find us on Facebook, or you can also see our ads in the Logan Republican. And in addition to that, we have a poster or a big whiteboard in our window that says the upcoming menu. So,
perfect. So this is not an adventure that you've done on your own. You said there's some other people working with you. Who would that be?
So I could never have done it by myself. But it's my sister, Jenny, and then it's also our friend Savannah Gosha. And so they both have other jobs as well, one of which for Savannah being that she runs the other restaurant in Logan, the pizza place. So we're very busy people, but we make time for this so that we can kind of feed that creativity and have another thing that helps the community.
Yeah, and when you're doing that with friends, it's fun too.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. It's almost a hobby. Like we don't feel like it's a job.
Right.
So it's fun.
Well, great.
Yeah.
Well, how's your stocking had a little problem?
It did. It
looks. You can't see it from home, but it looks so good. I'm definitely beat for round 3. She had all the details in it, but the flip was a little challenging. I think we
will not be offering pancakes anytime soon over there.
No pancakes, at least not ones in the shape of stockings.
No.
All right, I'm going to try a different strategy this time.
Should have aimed for a smaller shape. Please pause for reassembly.
All right, here are... Well, we do not follow food guidelines here, by the way. These are not meant for consumption, although my students think otherwise. But here we go.
So sad.
The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, or something like that.
Something else. There we go.
Okay.
Kind of.
It looked good at one time. I'll give
really
you
cool
that.
At first.
All right, students, who votes that Kelsey's pancake is the best? What? You're so kind to our guests.
I'll give you $1 later. Thank you.
All right. Well, is there anything else you'd like to share about North Fork?
Just come visit us anytime, and if you want to have private events or need anything catered, think about us.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Kelsey, for coming on our show today. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas
hope
to
that
you.
North Fork Mercantile, that's kind of a tongue twister sometimes. I hope that has continued success and you guys continue having fun and the community supports you. So
thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks again. And thanks for tuning in to the Tadpoll. Just a couple of reminders. If you have suggestions for guests to be on the show, or if you have events coming up that you'd like the community to know about, please contact me. You can contact me in a variety of ways. You can text or call me at 785-302-0532, or you can email me at pakkebier@usd325.com. Call the school. They'll tell you the email if you didn't catch that. We'd love to have a variety of guests and hosts on the show. And we want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. We'll be gone for 2 weeks, and we'll come back January 8th for our next show. So stay safe and have a great Christmas. We'll see you in a couple weeks.